Right guys, Dave Genvy here, aka Bad Boy Genvy, aka Satan, Lucifer, the devil himself, the Antichrist. Yeah, that's me. I'm here, on Earth, and making YouTube videos. I'm the real deal. I actually am Satan. I've proven it already. Videos on here showing sixes on my hands, sixes on my knuckles, sixes in my eyes. All sorts of things. Little demons on my fucking forehead. I'm the devil. And I'm working for God in heaven, obviously. And it's come to my knowledge, I suppose. Come to my knowledge that reptilians, humans, are just slaves to 4-foot greys. That's embarrassing to God. It's embarrassing to me. I don't know if they have like an electrical connection with your mind. They've got psychic powers and they have what I call a psychic whip to make you do what they fucking want. What it actually means is your men are total fucking pussies. I mean, I've got a situation at the minute on my fucking road where we're not getting the bins collected. For reasons, because the greys have got the fucking hump with me that I keep speaking out on YouTube, that I keep running my fucking mouth. They're not collecting the fucking bins. Take the piss. I think as well the greys have done things to you in the past to reduce your numbers. The minute they're going to do oil shortages on you in the very near future. It's going to drive up inflation, food price inflation, to reduce your number. There's actually a scene in the film Alien Covenant. This film Alien Covenant, where you might have seen it, where this black goo, David, my name's David as well, but David the android, this little David there, releases this black goo on the engineers, and it kills a load of them. You see them dying. I think that's the Greys saying they're the ones that released the Black Death on you in whenever that was, the Middle Ages, whenever the fuck it was, the Black Death, to reduce your numbers in Europe. They also released COVID on you to control your numbers. And your men, your reptilian men, because it's the duty of the men to stand up to aliens. Your reptilian men are cowardly little bitches. And the aliens have got these psychic powers that they can hit you from space. They've got their little flying saucers in space. And you just go along with everything they say. You're a slave species of fairy boys, basically. It's not for the women to do the fighting. The women's job's to do shagging and making babies. But the problem is, all they're doing at the moment is making more little bitches, more little bitch men that are gonna fucking just do whatever the greys tell you. Whereas what you need to do is be bouncing on my dick, because then you might actually produce some actual men that are not just going to be a slave species. Because the problem is, you can have interstellar travel, right? You have interstellar travel. Just say you got interstellar travel now. NASA come up with interstellar travel. But if your men are such cowardly fucking bitches that they bow down to the 4-foot grey for the anal probe up the arse from the 4-foot grey, they're never going to be able to stand up to any other fucking alien species out there in the stars. If you can't take on the 4-foot fucking grey, you little soft bitch men, you little soft reptilian bitch men, if you can't stand up to them, who the fuck are you going to stand up to on alien battlefields? Fucking no one. You can have all the physical strength in the world because you are athletic. Reptilian young men are athletic. They have athleticism. But that's literally it. That's all you've got going for you. You've got athleticism, but you haven't got mental strength. You haven't got intelligence, but don't worry about that. You don't need to be smart to pull a trigger on a gun. It doesn't take much intelligence to do that. You're not intelligent, but you haven't got mental strength. You're dominated by the alien's psychic whip. The alien can just hit you with their psychic powers and you just do whatever they fucking say. You don't seem to have the mental strength, the mental toughness, the mental durability to just resist that psychic whip and take the piss out the alien. Problem is, you go out into space, you're going to find that of intelligent species, you're probably the most stupid, and the other aliens are probably going to have psychic powers out there in space. And if you're so pathetic that you just bow down to every alien that's got psychic powers, you're going to get fucking nowhere in space. I don't think so. Your species is all about physical athleticism, not psychic powers or mental toughness or anything. You ain't got any of that shit. You're soft as shit. Whereas I don't take any. I run my mouth about the alien, the greys, all the fucking time. I take the piss all the time about them. Don't give a fuck. They're my little bitches to abuse. Slag them off on my phone all the fucking time. I'm going to become boss of them eventually because I'm an actual man. I class myself as an actual man with bollocks, balls. Your fairy boys haven't got balls. They've done other stupid stuff. I mean, once I come to power, once Satan comes to power as boss of it all, I'm going to be banning IVF. IVF's totally bonkers. All that's doing is increasing genetic weakness in humanity. You've got IVF where you're making kids with eggs and sperm that are not supposed to make kids, using artificial ways that you've got from the greys, tech that you've got from the aliens, to make babies with crappy eggs and crappy sperm. And what do you get produced then? You get a kid that's not got good genetics. You want to further good genetics. That means badasses like me need to get shared around the ladies. Whereas the fucking idiot greys have got a plan to put me in a cock cage. You've got all your fucking kings like King Charles and William, they're all in Prince Harry and all that. They're all in cock cages, just pathetic little servile bitches. And so are the rest of you men. Soft ass bitches, I call them. Because that's what they are. And I'll piss the men off as if I give a fuck who I piss off, because I'm Satan, innit? I'm God's man of war. So as if I'm fucking worried about your fucking feelings. I couldn't give a flying fuck. I'm a bad motherfucker. Your feelings are of no relevance. Go write a love poem for someone as if go write a love poem for your gay lover as if I fucking care. So I'll be banning IVF because that's just causing genetic weakness in humanity. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Another thing I think might have happened. You might have heard of the story of Chris Benoit, who's a wrestler who fucking killed his wife, his kid. He killed his wife, his kid, his 7-year-old kid, and himself. And it wouldn't surprise me that the Greys are the ones behind that, psychically whipping him into doing it, using psychic powers to whip him to do it. It was blamed on CTE, as if he had brain damage from all the wrestling that he'd done, all the hits to the head that he'd taken from wrestling. He was a wrestler, WWE wrestler. I think it would have been the aliens doing it. You say, why did they single him out? Probably because they were trying to take the piss out of Dave Genvy, was doing boxing at the time. Me, Dave Genvy, was doing boxing at the time. And that I, could get brain damage from boxing. And they had it with Dave Mirra as well, because I did mountain biking. Dave Mirra, they're saying he had CTE, brain damage. That's why he killed himself. Dave Mirra was a guy, one of the greatest BMXers of all time. Killed himself. But I think that would have been the aliens psychic whipping him. to say, oh, Dave Genvy, you know, because I had quite a few crashes on a mountain bike, taken a few hits to the head. Again, you know, Dave Genvy's going to kill himself, and it'll be CTE that's to blame, but really it's the aliens psychic whipping him. Aliens! I'm still fucking here running my fucking mouth. You 4-foot grey bitches. Your psychic whip is fuck all to me. That's why you need to make more Dave Genvys, you see. Because I'm a really tough, scary motherfucker. I'm not intimidated by a psychic whip from 4-foot greys. I want to take a fucking cat o' nine and whip them fucking greys the fuck up. A cat o' nine tails and rip the skin off their fucking back. That's how it's going to be with them grey cunts. But yeah, I think that's what's happened with Chris Benoit and Dave Mirra. They were saying, what they were saying, like wrestling. Like Dave Genvy's never done wrestling. They were saying, but often, like with great boxers like Joe Louis. Joe Louis was a great heavyweight champion boxer. He then, because of financial difficulty, went into wrestling. So it's often the case, burnt out boxer who's finished with boxing, got a bit of brain damage, ends up going into the wrestling world. And it's seen as a bit of a sad fall from grace. Although it's not really, because there's nothing wrong with wrestling. It's just entertainment, you know. It's gives a lot of people a lot of joy. So there's nothing wrong with wrestling at all. But I'm on about WWE wrestling, not Olympic style wrestling. You know, they're both great, you know, whatever. Each their own. I'm into boxing, but you know, that's why they've had Chris Benoit. I think they've psychically whipped him into killing his kid, killing his wife, and killing himself. But you soft-ass bitches go along with it. It might be the case that when you've got CTE, because I'm sure Chris Benoit did have CTE. He did have brain damage on his brain from wrestling, and so will have Dave Mirra. It might be the case when you've got CTE, brain damage, it might be your brain's more susceptible to their psychic whip. I'm not sure on that. That's just a theory that I've got. But I think it was the aliens trying to say, well, Dave will be a burnt-out boxer and he's shit on a mountain bike. He's getting brain damage from getting hit in boxing and getting brain damage from crashing his bike, landing on his head. And he's going to succumb to our psychic whip. Dream the fuck on, you 4-foot greys. Here I am running my fucking mouth. I run my mouth every day of the fucking week on my fucking phone, and I run it on fucking YouTube and all. What are you gonna fucking do to shut me the fuck up? Oh, I know, you 4-foot greys. You're gonna do fuck all, cause you're my bitches. The greys, what the reptilians need to understand, what humanity needs to understand, is all that the greys are your tech bitches. They're just your bitches to design your tech. And if they don't do their job right, you're supposed to beat them the fuck up till they do their job right. They're shit at fighting. Can't fight to save their life. But I think because your men are so cowardly, reptilian men are so cowardly and servile and soft and so susceptible to psychic powers. I think they're really, really susceptible to the psychic whip, particularly from the greys, but maybe from other species too. You need to make more bad boy Genvys because we're not susceptible to it. We just view it as a fucking joke, as a bit of a fucking, I don't know, as a bit of fun to enjoy. You know, it titillates me, their psychic whip. It's fuck all. I just view it as Jedi mind tricks, nothing. So that's my thoughts on that. Anyway, I'm going to talk about something else now. All right, guys, we're talking about now this new Geowizard, right? That's his channel, Geowizard. He's quite a big YouTuber. He's got over 1.3 million subscribers. His name's Tom, and he runs a channel that I watch quite a bit. He plays this game called GeoGuessr. It's like trying to figure out where you are in Google Street View. It's not that interesting, but he does outdoorsy videos where he does like adventures across fields. But I thought of an idea for his channel, because I think his channel's getting a bit stale now. He's a really good YouTuber. He's really good at talking to camera. And I thought of a great idea for his YouTube channel. So I'm an ideas guy. I come up with some great ideas. And he's a guy that's really into football, soccer to the Americans. He's really into football. He actually did a video where he dribbled a football across England, across where Hadrian's Wall is. And so he's really, really into football. And I thought, why doesn't he try to evolve his YouTube channel away from the GeoGuessr and the sort of where he does these adventures across all these fields, straight line missioning. Why doesn't he try, they are good videos, but why doesn't he try and evolve it into something else? Football Wizard, where he tries to become a successful freelance footballer. You say, well, how would that work? Well, the way it would work, you got to remember, he is a big YouTuber. He gets, a lot of views on his videos. Here's a video he released 10 days ago, and he's got over 500,000 views. Remember, he's got 1.3 million subscribers. So he is a successful YouTuber. He's in my local area. He's a brummie like me from Birmingham, UK. And I thought, why not give this idea out to him? Because I think it'd be a great idea for him, considering how into football he is. The way he could sell his services for free to football clubs, just low-level football clubs. We're not talking Man City and Man United and Chelsea and stuff like that. We're not talking about them yet. Maybe in the future, but he sell his services to low-level clubs where what you do is you give me a game, right? So say to the manager, you give me a game, and what I'll do is I'll talk about your club sponsors. So he does a brief bit in his video where he talks about the club sponsors that sponsor that club. And of course, he gets a lot of views. He gets a lot of views on his channel. Like I say, a video 10 days ago, over 500,000 views. He's got over 1 million subscribers. So that might be interesting to, small clubs. The sponsors might be like, yeah, get him a game. So Tom would actually play for the team, for this low-level team. It could be a pub team. It could be a really low-level team. Play for a low-level team, a game of football. Because he is a pretty good footballer. I've seen him play football a little bit, and he's got some skills. Play a game for them, and also do a little bit in the video, short little bit, talking about the sponsors. Maybe do it in a comedic way, because he's quite a funny guy. He's quite a funny YouTuber. The way he does his commentary of his videos is quite comedic at times, and that then brings publicity to the sponsors of that club then that they wouldn't have otherwise got. All the club has to do in return is give Tom a game of football, give him 90 minutes, unless he's playing absolutely terrible, and then they sub him off at half time or something. They bring him off at half time, I don't know, but ideally to give him 90 minutes on the pitch, full game, and then that would be interesting for us as the as viewers of his channel, to see how he does. Can he become a successful freelance footballer and work his way up the levels of football? You start off at the beginning, really low, at like pub teams and stuff, and try to build your way up. Because in the UK we've got loads of football clubs, and there's different levels to that football. Different divisions and stuff. It's not all about the Premiership. And gradually work his way up. I think it's a great idea for him, because his channel, I feel, has gone a bit stale now. It's still a good channel, and he's a really good vlogger, good YouTuber. And the person, his current videos, he always has his girlfriend helping him. His girlfriend's called Verity, and she, potentially, you know, she could be his masseuse and his physio. She could maybe do some courses to learn about how to be a proper masseuse and physio. Because top footballers, they always get massaged after a game to try to prevent injuries. Like massage behind their knees and things like that. Because you think a top footballer, Premiership footballer, is worth millions to that club. So they need to be looked after. But the way Tom could do it, he could have his girlfriend, Verity, she's actually his wife now. His wife, you know, be the masseuse, be the physio. He could do other videos talking about his diet. Because an issue I think we have, as a top footballer, he's a bit skinny on top. He needs to put some muscle on top. He needs to try and bulk up a bit around the shoulders, because he's just going to get pushed off the ball otherwise. As you go up the levels in football, you know, you're going to get pushed off, so you can maybe talk about his diet, his training regime, to try and bulk up a bit, his shoulders and arms. I thought another idea he could do, could get training equipment at his local park, get a van, and bring training equipment like this for target practice to improve his skills. He could also get a young lad, say like a 17-year-old, young kid who's good at football, pay him a little bit of money, small amount of money, he's only 17, to whip crosses into him for headers, practicing headers, and a training partner basically. A young guy could do videos about that. Verity could do the filming, like she could do the filming whilst he's playing games for these teams, these low-level teams. She could do the filming. You know, he could work on things like, he could say, oh, I'm going to be working on my weaker foot. So say he's right-footed. I'm going to be working on my left foot this video, trying to improve that. He might even get sponsors himself eventually. You know, like say eventually, you know, Puma or someone wants to sponsor him if he gets big enough. I reckon this could be a great idea for Tom of Geowizard. There's probably a few of my people who watch my videos watch him, because we're from the same area. And if you're into mountain biking, this used to be a mountain bike channel. You know, you might be into the outdoorsy sort of stuff that Tom does, because obviously mountain biking's an outdoors sort of pursuit. I mean, eventually, he might even, as a freelance footballer, be able to command a fee. Because the idea is what he's trying to do is go from being a nobody in football to a somebody, to work his way up the levels. And what the clubs get out of it is they get free advertising on YouTube for the sponsors. But eventually, if he gets really good at football, imagine he gets amazing at football, becomes a wizard at football, maybe then he'll be able to command a fee, these clubs. But even if he doesn't get that good, let's just say he's not that good, well, it's still giving those low-level clubs, those sponsors, a good viewing on YouTube, you know what I mean? For nothing, really. All he's got to do is play 90 minutes. Ideally, you'd want him to be playing in a game that actually means something, like a league game or a cup game, as opposed to just a friendly. The game has to mean something. And what you could also have, once the game has finished, get a review from the manager. The manager give a little review, you know, a little mini review on how he played, and the team as well that he was playing with. Or even ask the fans. The fans who are watching on the touchline, say, what did you think of his performance? You know, how did he play? And the way Geowizard would want to do it, the way he'd want to do it, Tom, he'd want to take it really seriously. You say, Dave, what do you know about football, man? You might forget I was fucking the golf ball dude, the golf ball challenge dude. Look at me there juggling a golf ball. That's me. That's Dave Genvy, that is. Yeah, the golf ball challenge. So I do know about football. Could be a great idea for him, for Geowizard. He'd want to take it seriously though. It'd be more interesting if he rather than just doing it as a joke, to take it seriously. I've seen with Tom on Geowizard that he can really commit himself to a task. When he does the straight line missioning, it's quite an ordeal for him to do that. And he puts a lot of planning into doing it with his girlfriend Verity, and usually have another guy helping as well, with a support van. You know, so he's shown to me that he can really put a lot of effort and heart into something, and I think with football, that's the where he needs to take his channel now. And I'd say get one of them. I think them would be good for him to improve his passing accuracy and shooting accuracy. One of these sort of things. I just put target practice for football on Google. So anyway, I think that's everything. That's my idea for Tom of Geowizard, and hopefully someone can send him this video, and hopefully, because he only lives local to me. Hopefully, you know, someone can see this video, send it to Tom of Geowizard, and hopefully he'll think it's a good idea, and it's worth doing, because I think it is. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.